It's a good time to blow my nose too. Give me just a second. Okay, it shows it on the live screen, but it doesn't. There it is. How wild. Wonder why it does that. That's okay. Third time's a charm. We're only 6 minutes late, but hopefully people will join us over inside of our Facebook community. We already have some women here inside of the Zoom room. So let me just find my screen now. Okay, awesome. Well, we are back for our third day, and what I think is one of the most important days. Tomorrow is actually a very important day too, because we're going to be talking about imposter syndrome. And it is a subject that I really, really like talking to people about. So, all right, so welcome to the much anticipated day 3 of our business breakthrough challenge. I have got so much value for you today because I am detailing my proven system for building a lucrative online business that continues to grow for me month after month, increasing my profits, and completely reducing overwhelm as I know exactly where to find my ideal clients, those people who are ready and wanting to work with me, and how to move them swiftly into the client coaching relationship. And I'm also going to be giving you a sneak peek into the Pathway to 5K program. And what's awesome is that you can literally take what I share with you today and develop your own roadmap for success and get started right away. And it's also giveaway day. So make sure to stick with us to the end of today's call so that you don't miss a thing, including the $500 scholarship winner announcement. I cannot wait to see who the winner is. What about you? Are you excited? Everybody excited to see who's going to be a winner today? Awesome. Would you do me a favor so that we can get as many eyes on this training as possible? Go ahead and tag a friend on this live inside of our Facebook group. Drop a comment there if you haven't already. It really helps the algorithm. I'd also love to hear any breakthroughs that you've had or ahas that you've had so far in the past 2 days, moving into 3 days together. We only have 1 day left. Can you believe it? It's just crazy. Okay, awesome, Sonia. Okay, so if today is your first training, I want to say welcome. I'm so happy that you are here with us. You can grab all the replays from the guide section inside our community, and they will be up there until Sunday night, Monday morning. So when you register for the challenge, you'll also have access to the workbook. So make sure that you do that. And I am going to drop that link here for you if anybody needs that. This is just the regular registration link that will give you the workbook because the scholarship application is now closed. So yeah, so make sure you get that. All right. So good morning, Deborah and Sad. Thanks for coming back. Good morning, Kristen, Lori. Good to see you guys. Ladies too. Okay, so this is my friend Renee. I actually shared a little bit about us. I think in last week's training or the week before. But this is my good friend Renee, and I like to say she's like one of my business besties. Although she's doing something a little bit different with her life, she still has such a great place in my heart. And the crazy thing is, she lived here in person with me here in the same town in Alaska. But we didn't get to meet face to face until right before they moved. They were deployed in the military. And so it's just incredible that you can build such impactful and close relationships even online. And we were just so blessed to be able to see each other face to face. But I'm sharing this picture with you because this should be a very, very happy moment. And it was, in a sense. But behind that smile that I have there on the left, I mean, I look like I was having fun, But really, I was dying inside. I was really, really struggling during this time of my life, because I felt like I was a slave to the system, the online sales system. I was burnt out. I was posting multiple times a day. I was always on social media, always creating content, always trying to engage, always doing live videos, blah, 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 all the always, right? And I know some of you have heard a little bit of this story before, but it's an important one because some of you might be experiencing the same things that I was. And truly, I was tapped out. I didn't have a whole lot of energy left during this season of my life. But the thing is that I was making sales here and there, not consistently, but I was making sales, but I barely had enough time to support my clients or the future clients. Like I didn't understand how I would be able to serve the people I was trying to serve and get because I was doing all of this stuff that I thought I had to do. And I was spinning my wheels and all that stuff, right? Um, and I just knew like if I were to bring in a client, I wouldn't have the right time to be able to support them effectively and also still be able to hang out with my children, my husband, in the capacity that I wanted to without feeling like I needed to go back to my phone and computer and check all the things, right? So it was this never ending cycle of overwhelm. And I really felt stuck. Hey, Wendy, good morning. So I would think to myself, how can I honestly move to the next level when I'm literally hanging on to a thread? I think I'm doing everything right. My content is down. My ideal client is being tuned in. I'm building trust. I'm doing those things, right? And I'm even making some sales here and there. So what am I missing? That's what I kept thinking. What am I missing? How can I make it better? Because if something didn't change, I knew I was going to bow out. I knew I would need to say goodbye and give up on the calling that I honestly believe that God had given me. And over time, with a lot of reflection, what I realized was that in everything that I was doing, I really just wasn't talking to enough of the right people. So essentially, I was spending so much of my time talking to the wrong people to try and get sales. So it was no wonder that I was feeling overwhelmed and burned out, right? It's like trying to get somebody to understand something who doesn't want to understand it or who isn't ready to understand it, right? So I'm preaching to the choir who doesn't want to sing, right? So that's what I was doing. So what I discovered was the missing link for me was really lead generation. And it didn't mean that I had all of my other skills figured out yet. But this was a big part of my journey. And again, it wasn't just finding leads, it was finding the right leads, the people that I really wanted to do business with that also wanted to do business with me, and finding enough of them to actually make an impact in my bank account without that rat race hamster wheel that I was stuck in. And so I was told over and over again the importance of having Facebook groups. And ultimately, a Facebook group became a huge part of my answer and journey. I mean, you are in that Facebook group that really started connecting things for me. But as I shared in last week's training, I hated Facebook groups back then because I was added to these groups without permission. I mean, at that time, that's what happened. You were just added, right? And suddenly I was in all these groups and I didn't know what was going on. They felt very salesy. The admin would reach out to me and try to sell me something. And they were just salesy. And there wasn't really a sense of community there. And it just kind of took up my feed. And I mean, how many of you have ever dealt with this Facebook yuckiness when it comes to groups? Yeah, so we have some hands raising in the Zoom room. Yeah, good morning, Sherry. So I started investigating groups because I was told that they were gold. I mean, especially on Facebook. This is why I love Facebook, is because it is easy to find people because they naturally gravitate into groups, right? They naturally gravitate into hubs, which is very different from other platforms. So because I'm coachable and I was determined to figure things out, I really started investigating groups. And when I was in these different groups, I was looking at things that worked and what didn't work, what felt good, what did not feel good. And what I found was the most interactive groups were the groups that were based on a common mission, because that mission created a real sense of community. So I knew from this that I wanted my group to grow with the right type of people, both in character and in mission. I wanted those who wanted what I have and wanted the group to have a true sense of community and belonging, so that the people who were inside would naturally start interacting with each other. They would find value in there, and then the group would start to grow organically from within. That was a goal that I had, was that other people would invite other people to the group because of the value that they saw. So I created my group, I tested out my findings, and I started really, really loving what I was seeing, because people started naturally engaging and inviting others to join in on conversations. I learned little tricks like tag a business bestie, on certain things, and that really helped as well. So then I decided to take it up a notch, and I started integrating I started integrating all the other business tools and systems that I had been learning and implementing. So I started using those inside of my group. I started making offers, and to my surprise, people bought. And they didn't just buy once, they continued to purchase over and over and over, which was fantastic. So I felt like I had found the missing link that has now created really some massive growth in my business, and it continues to do so. Shortly after officially launching my business, I made over $3,500 in 1 month, all from people reaching out to me from inside of that community. And the kicker was that my group at that time was still under 300 members, which goes to prove that you don't have to have a massive audience. You just need the right people. And from that point forward, it took me about 180 days to make my first 5K month, and then to build consistency from there out. So, why exactly did this work? Why exactly did this work? Okay. It was because the group was built on a common mission, something that all these women wanted to learn, grow, they wanted to gain support in, and that they were actually attracted to the group because of the mission. Okay. This is important in building your own community. You want to have a name that draws people in. You want to have a mission that they are attracted to and buy into. My mentor would call this enrolling in your mission. So it's not about enrolling people into your program. That will become more natural. It's about enrolling people into your mission. And we can do that through our group. The cool thing is, as the leader of my group, and when you do this with yours, right? I had instant credibility with the members who were inside. And I continued to grow their trust as I added value to them inside the community, doing trainings and putting out content, right? This group here has become my favorite place to hang out online. And as I serve my members, I will continue to have never ending leads, sales, and referrals, because we are building that rapport with one another. So I'm just curious, drop a one because you are here in this community and have stayed here in this community, because you love being here. Drop a one if that's you. Drop a one if you enjoy being with other God-led business people, working on your business together and learning in these trainings together. I already see ones coming in inside of our Zoom. Good morning, Jennifer. So, so it's important, right? It's important. You are here. Some of you have been here from the very beginning. Some of you were here when this group was originally called Team Up. How many of you were here when it was called Team Up? Okay. So, maybe nobody on the call yet, but, I mean, this group has had its own transformation, uh, process, but I will tell you that the people stay here because that is the power of mission. So I want you to keep this in mind, because whether or not you have a group now, I want you to consider growing a group. And actually, one of the giveaways that we're doing today is the Group Growth Accelerator. And that is a course that, I mean, it is a very in-depth course, teaches you how to build the group. It teaches you how to line out your content and get people into the group. Like, it's an amazing course. Okay. Anyway, so I want more than anything for you in the next 3 or 4 months from now. I want you to have a growing community of people who want to be with you there, who want what you have, so that you can spend less time in other places online. So you can spend less time in other Facebook groups or even on your profile. And you can spend more time in your community serving the people that want what you have and in a place that feels really good. I like to use the analogy of buying a home to show how powerful the group dynamic can be. When people go to purchase a new home, the number one thing they consider is what? What do you think that is? Think about if you were to go purchase a home, what is one of the first things that you would check out? Okay. For most people, the answer would be the neighborhood. Okay. Yep. So they would want to know, like, what are the neighbors like? Is there a rundown house across the street? How is the school rated, the neighborhood school? Lots of different things come into play. You wouldn't purchase a home if you didn't like the neighborhood it was in. So, in my opinion, it's not really the house that sells, it's the neighborhood that edifies the house, right? It's the neighborhood that actually sells the house. Do you agree with this? Do you understand what I'm sharing with you here? Good, lots of head nods. So, we can look at our online community as the neighborhood that sells you the house. If people like the community that you built, then they ultimately they know, like, and trust you more, and they want to stay close to you. They sort of have that fear of missing out, right? If they like what you have, they want to be in your world. Good morning, Alicia. I'm glad you are through, I think it was surgery or rehab. Something about your body, and I'm so glad. Okay. So if people are in here and they like your community, if they like it, they won't want to leave. And as the neighborhood grows with more like-minded people, it creates things like block parties and play dates and cookie decorating in the wintertime. Everyone wants in on the fun. Everybody starts coming to the social events, right? The trainings, the whatever you are doing inside of your community. This is the value of having an online community of your own that is filled with the right leads. Now, here's the thing. The thing to note here is that even though I'm talking a lot about community, I'm doing this because I want you to see that this is a really integral part of my story and something that I really believe that every online business owner should have. If you're not really sure what you would build your community on, around what that mission would be, what makes sense, that's something that we can work through together. But I do want you to understand the importance of the community. But the thing I want you to note is that I didn't just build a community, right? I didn't just have all these people come in and all we did was have fun together. Like, if that's all I did, I wouldn't have made any money. So I also created systems. I created systems to drive people into the community, to nurture them inside the community. And I perfected my system for having effective conversations with people, moving them from the initial post into the direct message, and then ultimately the close. I also learned the skills of giving presentations and just being honest with my journey and vulnerable and building rapport. And remember, we talked a little bit yesterday about choosing one skill to learn each quarter, and communication is like, I recommend that communication be super high on your list, because when you start really learning the skills involved with communicating well, especially online, a lot of things become easier. Okay. So the community isn't everything, but it is essential in my experience. And it serves as the thing that um, really became my primary lead generator. And it will for you too. It'll become the place where your ideal clients want to be. And as they find value, they'll invite others to the community who also find it valuable. Now, the number one problem. Good morning, Joni. Joni's my sister-in-law. So the number one problem that the majority of applicants have that they list on the questionnaires for me when they set up appointments is lead generation. They'll say things like, I don't even know if I'm good at all the other things like booking and closing sales because I just don't have enough people to talk to who want to buy my products and services. Do you relate to this? Yep. So while we know the community is essential, it's an essential piece to running an online business on social media. Let's take a look at the roadmap for what the entire picture entails, because you can't have a business with just a community, right? There are certain skills and processes that you do need to have in place. These are certain skills that you should be learning and implementing. Again, being strategic. What is the next best thing for me to learn? Start making that a part of your daily method of operation to learn those skills. Right. So on the following slide, I'm going to show you, I'm going to go over with you the skills, processes, and strategies that you may need to have in place for you to achieve the goals that you have for your business. Some of the things that are on the screen won't apply to everybody depending on how you're serving your clients. But most of them will be pretty much across the board of the things that you will want to learn and implement. Okay. You might find also that you're actually already doing some of these things, or you've already learned some of the skills. And if so, that is fantastic. If not, no worries. Stick with me because I'm going to share with you the solution. Are you with me? I always like to explain certain slides before we get too far. Okay. So, these here are some of the things. So I have different checkpoints. We have the foundations, which is really about understanding your calling, your mission, your why, understanding who your ideal client is, really digging into your mind. I think that was yesterday that we talked about that. Such a cool training yesterday. And then you have aspects of marketing, okay, where you have to understand your sales funnel and how to write effective copy, how to do networking and lead generation. You might even need an annual marketing calendar if you have, well, if you have a like a program of sorts, right? And then you have your offer checkpoint there, that third checkpoint, which is about understanding your client's journey, a little bit more into messaging and positioning of your offer. How do you price certain things? How do you ask for sales effectively? And then in delivery, if you have a coaching program, or if you are a service-based provider, you need a process, right? A process of delivering to make sure that your client achieves the transformations and results that you promised. So being able to have that skill set of building that out effectively so that you can address each stage of her journey to help her get that end result. Again, effective communication, hosting platforms. This is regarding like if you have an online course, where are you going to do that? If you have an online community, where are you going to do that? There's a lot that goes into that, right? Troubleshooting. And then you have the fifth checkpoint, which is all about systems, having a nurturing sequence so that people who are coming into your world, you don't just touch once, but you touch multiple times. What is that going to look like? Having a daily method of operations. I am a huge advocate for, I don't even know if that's the right thing. But anyway, one of my favorite things, it's posted right here on my computer on the sticky note, is master the mundane. A lot of us struggle in business because we don't have consistency, because we haven't mastered the mundane tasks. And I'm saying this because your daily method of operations really is that daily mundane task. It isn't essentially like fun. It's not really fun. It's just something that you have to do day in and day out, or whenever you show up for your business, right? But it is that thing that keeps us consistent and helps our audience to depend on us. And ultimately gives us the results that we want. In there too is conversion mechanisms, like how are you going to convert people into your clients. You can screenshot this if you want. And then there's that whole thing about scaling. Okay. You don't need to worry about scaling right now. All right. There are some automations that you could use in that list, but for a lot of those things, that's for when we build the foundation of building 5K, 10K months, then we can move into scaling. Okay, so you can see here that some of these aren't going to apply to all of you. And some of these you might actually be doing already, but a lot of them you might not, right? So it took me several years to learn all that I know. And I spent literally thousands, thousands of dollars on coaches and programs. Obviously, some people in here agree. They're shaking their heads. It's okay. We're not alone, right? We're not alone. And it's a part of our process. Okay, but I spent a lot of money to learn what I know, and I've invested a lot of time in learning these things. And I'm going to tell you that I tried things and I failed. And I think failure is beautiful because yeah, we learn from our mistakes, but it's also one of those things that just sets us apart from other people. So if you can embrace like, okay, that didn't work out quite right or quite the way I wanted, how can I do it different? Then you can get back up and do it again and you can make the adjustments necessary. That is what a true entrepreneur does. It's not about doing everything correctly the first time, right? So I tried and I failed over and over again until finally, right before my eyes, I was doing it. Like I was actually having success. Things were working together. And when God led me to create this community that we're in right now, He helped me crack the code. The community combined with the skill sets on the screen here that I possessed created a profitable business success system for me. And since cracking that code and experiencing incredible growth in my business, I now have the huge blessing to get to coach other women just like you to do the same. So you can spend your time and your money trying to crack the code yourself using the roadmap I have here for you, or you can allow me to partner with you and coach you to success. My mission is to help as many women as possible, okay, to show up with confidence in their business by supporting them in skill mastery and alignment with who God says they are and their God-given calling. I am helping as many women as possible to master online sales without the hustle that I was stuck in, to gain clarity in their offers and build the confidence to be able to share those offers boldly with their audience so that they can in turn help even more people. Wouldn't it be incredible to wake up in the mornings and be like, I love my business because I know what to do? When we remove the obstacles, we just get to work. So my aim this year is to help 36 more women to create consistent 5K months. Isn't that incredible? I'm really excited about this goal. I really am. So I want to know who wants to make consistent 5K months. Now there is a difference between making 5K or having a 10K month versus having consistent months. This is really important actually that we talk about for a second, because you can have a big launch and you can make a lot of income inside of a launch, but it's the consistent income that really makes a difference because it's the consistent income that we depend on, right? That we know is coming in. I know I can plan a vacation or I know I can buy the kids' school clothes because I have income coming in. So we don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. All right. Yes, I do. I want consistent. Consistency sounds amazing. Same here. Yes. Okay. So I think that's one of the things that sets this program, the Pathway to 5K, apart. One of the things is that a lot of coaches teach the launch method, which is fantastic, but the launch method does not create the consistent income. We can create the consistent income in partnership with launches. I mean, obviously, I'm here right now, right, doing an official launch. but building that consistency is really, really what a lot of people want. And we can totally do that. And it's exciting. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Brenda says, yes, I would love 5,000 secured extra income coming into my household. Yes. Who wouldn't, right? Deborah says, same here. Yes. So I am very excited, ladies, to officially announce the launch of the Pathway to 5K intensive program that is going to help us do just that. So can I take a few moments to share with you about the program? Would that be okay? Okay, awesome. I had a feeling it would be. Okay, but I'm glad that I asked, and I'm glad that you want to hear it. So the Pathway to 5K is an 8-week intensive mentorship and mastermind experience for Christian coaches and service providers. Now, I want to tell you, the Pathway to 5K is my new signature program. This program is going to be open really year round, but twice a year. Now and in the fall, I'm offering what is known as the intensive program. So this is really designed to give you an intensive, right? Did I spell that right? Yep. An intensive experience with me and some other women for 8 weeks. We're going to go through the program. So, so that you get, like, I don't know about you, but I have been in programs that have like they have drawn on, ugh, my mind is not wanting to work right now, for 12 months. And that's fantastic to have that support, but sometimes you just want to get to the next stage because you're ready for it, right? So we're going to dive in hard. And then when the intensive ends, and don't worry, it won't be too hard. I'm going to be there with you. It's going to be fantastic. It is strategically mapped out for your success. Okay. And then when the pathway ends, we move into our coaching collective, which you will have access to ongoing for the ongoing coaching support. I mean, we'll get into all of that later, but I just wanted to share there's a little bit of a difference. So this is a very, very special time right now because this is an intensive launch. Okay. So the 8-week intensive mentorship, it is for Christian coaches and service providers who are tired of spinning their wheels and wasting time, who desire a step-by-step framework for growing their audience, nurturing their leads, and closing the sales, who are coachable and willing to do the work, willing to implement the skills and the strategies that are taught inside the program that are really needed to make consistent 5K months. This program is designed to give you that ultimate clarity that I mentioned in your offer and your process and how we get people through the doors to consume it. So it is a complete business success system that guides students along a strategic path using proven systems and routines to make income that you can rely on every single month. I want to introduce you to Moss here. She says, I'm so thankful for Teresa. I literally just look up to her so much. Everything I've learned from her is amazing. I was stuck for a long time, and working with Teresa, something just clicked. I brought in 8 new clients last month and 1 already this month. My business has grown so much that I'm not even halfway through her material yet. I'm more productive and more focused, and I know it's just the beginning. I have more leads than I can ask for. The cool thing about this is that last month, Moss actually posted that she was so close to making her first 10K month using our systems. So, so it's very cool. So how would it feel to have a consistent flow of potential clients that are actively seeking for what you have? Would that feel good? That would feel good. And if you agree with any of these, you can let's stay connected here inside the comments. You can write yes. If you're in the Zoom room, you can give a hands up or a thumbs up or something here. Okay. How would it feel to show up with posture to love selling because your clients love working with you and they expect you to help them? How would it feel to wake up with notifications of people who are ready to purchase? Yes, yes, yes. How would it feel to invest your energy into your business in a way that you know will pay off so that you're not like second guessing things? And how would it feel to make a positive impact for the kingdom of God through your business because you're no longer standing in your way and God can use you however he wants? He will anyways, right? He will anyways. But things are easier when we get out of our own way. Okay, let me make sure. Okay, so if any of these statements feel good to you, I want to tell you that it is possible. Many times in workflow reviews with my clients, we find that there are lots of things that they spend their time on in business that really just aren't needed. They have caused more work and they used more of their time on these things than they really should have. So there are likely places in your business where you have unknowingly complicated things too. So I want to show you how you can have a simple business that is simple to grow, simple to run, simple to scale. So inside the Pathway to 5K 8-week intensive, we are going to have group coaching calls where we come together to go over specific trainings, apply the content together in real time with course students, and create specific game plans for your business. You can come to these calls with any questions or problems that you need help working through, and you can receive on the spot coaching catered to exactly what you need. These sessions are powerful because they will help you troubleshoot anything that pops up, including any mindset areas that you need to have shifts in, because sometimes those things happen as you're applying new material, right? And we're going to make sure in these sessions that you understand each step as you build upon the prior one. Okay. In our monthly office hour sessions, it's a second star there, you'll be guided through the art of setting crystal clear goals and crafting actionable plans to bring them to life. So imagine a space where you can map out your quarters and your months, breaking them down into achievable steps, and receive expert guidance to stay on track. Whether you're aiming for 5K months, or a thriving online presence, or the time freedom for the things that you love, these sessions are the compass essentially that are going to help keep you motivated, accountable, and on track. Okay. And the third star there, you're also going to have access to the Coaching Collective. This is a community with other students who have been enrolled in the program, and you will have the opportunity to even be paired up with others that are working on similar goals as yourself. This is totally optional, but it's a fantastic way to have some extra support and accountability. These pods, or what we call them, are really designed to be small and can they're designed by you, the participants in each pod, but they can be used for power hour, like working sessions together. Some people in past programs that I've done this with, they have Zoom prayers together, or they just, write back and forth and they tell each other what they're working on and ask questions. And it's just a very powerful opportunity to have. And then, of course, the last star there, you're going to receive the signature Pathway to 5K self-study course. So this is something that you have that you can go through, on your own, but we're also going to be covering, like, it's all tied together, right? But it is the ultimate blueprint to gaining massive momentum and profits by creating a firm foundation and a long-term strategy to make this year your best year yet. So in the course, you're going to learn the daily actions and the processes that are needed to move the needle forward in your business, so you know exactly what to do and when. You can streamline your efforts and make more money in less time. Okay, there's a lot more to that that you could read on the website, but the course is our foundation for the coaching program. So in the intensive, I'm going to have little things for you to work on every week. Like it'll say to watch these training videos, and then when we meet in our calls, we're going to implement and do like application together and answer any questions, do some strategy work in that time. It's just, I'm so excited. I wish you could see everything on the inside. Okay. All right. So, so I just want to go over the 3 phases of the program. There are 3 learning modules or phases. Okay. So phase 1 really sets the stage for business transformation to provide clarity, tools, and strategy that are needed to build your purposeful, profitable business. Okay. This is really laying the groundwork for your business. So in this module, you're going to gain clarity on your purpose, the person you're serving, and the specific problems that you aim to solve. You will you'll be able to understand their full journey and in depth of who they are, so that you can give them a great experience from start to finish, from before working with you to working with you and after delivery. Okay. In this module, you'll be able to find the right people, build meaningful connections with others who want what you have. You'll learn how to use your profile for maximum impact. And in this stage 2, you will also learn how to implement a posting strategy, a very unique posting strategy that will work in relation to your profile. And that is really designed to be at the very beginning of this program so that you can get some quick wins right away. Because I know when you get quick wins, it boosts your motivation. And in any kind of program, we want that motivation to happen at the beginning to keep you in and motivated to keep going. Do you agree with that? Okay. We'll also establish stage 1 of your daily method of operation, so you know exactly what you should be doing every single day. We'll go over offers and effective pricing strategy that communicate the true value of working with you and the price of not working with you. And we're going to create a strategic calendar to drive those consistent 5K months. It sounds like a lot, but I'm going to tell you the process that we're going to go through is going to be simple. It's going to be incredibly mind-blowing, okay? And this is only phase 1. So drop a yes if this sounds pretty fantastic to you so far. Awesome, Deborah. I love seeing you involved in the comments. Yes, Angeli says. Okay, I also want to introduce you to my client, Shannon. She says, oh, this is a post that I shared about her tomorrow. You'll learn a little bit more about Shannon here, but Shannon came to me to help grow her business online and create a community of raving fans and buyers. She has worked with me since March. This was July 20, this was actually last year. So from March to July, she reported that she's earned her first 5K month. And that's not all. She also earned a special company-wide recognition, earned herself a leadership trip, and is targeted to hit 7K by the end of the month, which she did. A little bit more than that. I think it was almost 8K that month. She showed up, sought wisdom and alignment with God's lead, took massive action, and it's paying off for her in big ways. So I just wanted to share that with you again to show what is possible for you. If I can do it, if Moss can do it, if Shannon can do it, you can do it. All right. So phase 2 in the program paves the route to establishing your authority as the one who can help people. Okay. We'll be creating engaging content and implementing strategic processes here that set the stage for the results that you can rely on. So okay, so here are some of the things that we'll do. So we're going to be using your mission and your own personal experiences to create what's called bridge story that not only showcases your expertise, but it also helps to create a deep connection and rapport with potential clients. We're going to build lasting relationships with your audience and create a nurture sequence. We'll focus on content mapping for endless high value content. You might not have ever seen anything like what you're going to be learning in this program when it comes to content mapping and content calendaring. Okay, but we want high value content that doesn't take up your time, right? We want this high value content because that's what your audience craves. That's what your audience is looking for. We want them to think, oh, I want to save this for later. I want to come back to this. Okay. So we do this, we ensure that your messaging is cohesive and strategic, also so that it moves people to the correct next step. We talked a little bit about that yesterday in yesterday's training about your call to action and strategically moving them. So we're going to go over that together too. You'll also learn that long-term content planning so that we can stay consistent and relevant to our audience throughout the year. And we're going to implement my reliable results process, which is a strategic approach to help you create monthly cash flow that you can count on. In this stage, you'll also master the art of conversion events so that you can turn engagements into opportunities for connections and being able to share your pay link, essentially, right? So in this module, we'll also start implementing stage 2 of your DMO. Now, there's only 2 stages of your DMO. But what I have found is that we want to get the most important things down and building consistency before we add in the other things. Okay. So by the end of this phase, you're going to have your full DMO. So you will know what you should be doing every single day. And those things are all income producing activities. There's hardly anything that you should be doing in your business that's not income producing activities. If you don't have a team or a VA or a high school student to help you with things, I mean, you're obviously still going to do things like accounting, right? You're still going to be making your Canva images, but over time, you can delegate those things out. Okay. But our DMO consists of income producing activities. Here is Jackie. She says that I just have to say Teresa Taylor is an incredible strategist and a coach's coach for sure. She's helped me restructure the flow of my one-to-one program to better fit my schedule and priorities. She discussed a price point change for my program that made sense. We simplified my Facebook group content and marketing strategy and discussed some of the best ways to get leads in the phase of my business that I'm in right now. I left our meeting feeling encouraged. Excuse me, with greater clarity and such a great respect and gratefulness for what she does. It can get tough out there in the online coaching world, especially if you don't have someone to help you see the big picture or when you don't know what questions to ask yourself to move forward. Teresa helped me to get in tune with what I wanted from my business and encouraged me to partner with God and hear from him on his direction. Jackie really experienced so much clarity, which helped her create even more success in her business. The results that she's having right now in her community are just beautiful, just beautiful. And the impact that she's having is fantastic, but it all started from that clarity. So I want you to drop clarity in the comments if you are ready for more of that in your life. If you want to be more clear in your offers and your positioning, so that you just know what you know, like you know how to talk about it because there's no second guess. It's all figured out. So if you want clarity, drop clarity. Okay. Awesome. Okay. The last phase is really the culmination of your journey, equipping you with the skills, strategies, and mindset needed to not only excel in sales, but to create an impactful, purposeful, purpose-driven business. So in this final phase, you're going to dive into the art of converting leads into those consistent 5K months. We're going to have a very strategic scripting of how to move people into saying yes for your offers. And with all, where did I say? Oh yeah. Okay. So with all the other parts in place that we already went through in the first two phases, phase 3 is really where the brilliance happens. Okay. It's where everything comes together and it's like, oh my goodness, I'm getting this now. Okay. So here's what happens on the inside. We are going to elevate your communication skills so your offers become natural and the natural next step for your people to take. Okay, they become the natural solution. You're going to learn how to set appointments effectively so that the parties show up, and we'll cover what to do once you're on those calls. You'll learn to turn objections into opportunities for connection and conversion into your program. You'll sharpen your skills through role-playing exercises so that you'll have some real-time insights and practice. We will implement a follow-up process, ensuring that no lead goes untapped, and so that you can establish some long-term relationships with people. And we'll also dive into referrals so that you can create a network of leads and expand your reach organically. You'll integrate the knowledge and skills that you've gained throughout the entire program into a cohesive strategy that is designed for your consistent success. Okay. And then lastly, we will fine tune and implement your personalized game plan, setting the stage for those continuous 5K months with confidence and clarity. And then we'll continue our journey together inside of our continued coaching experience inside of the collective so that you're not left hanging like nothing's ending. It's just, this is your like awesome opportunity to like dive in hard 8 weeks, get it figured out, and then let's implement and work out the glitches as we continue. Does this make sense? I find it super fascinating or motivating to be able to to have that opportunity. I've never been offered that opportunity from anybody else. And so to be able to learn quickly all the things that I need to know and then start implementing and then to have that continued support, I think it's going to just be so incredible. I know it is. And some of you know Angeli. She's actually in this room here. So Angeli says Teresa is good at meeting you where you are and offering support that you are ready for. She's willing to walk you each step of the way in building the business that you desire. She has the tools and skills to help you scale up and refine your ideas. She has helped me to build the business I wanted and not a cookie cutter type of business, one that is unique to me and my needs. Her systems and routines have helped me to streamline and use time effectively and productively. All this she does with clarity, generosity, and integrity, and she has a gift and loves to help and honors and glorifies the Lord doing it. Thank you. Thank you, Angeli. So if you desire to build a business that is unique to you, that fits your schedule and lifestyle, that fits the business that you want. If you are ready to build a business that you can be proud of, that actually makes money and still allows you time to breathe and have fun with your family. If you relate to that, if that is you, then the pathway to 5K is the solution. And I am officially inviting you in. The pathway does come with some really sweet bonuses too. There are tech tutorials and templates. There's an optional mini mind channel via Telegram for those of you who want the mentorship pathway. But when you enroll within the next 48 hours, you are going to receive these 4 bonuses on the board. The first is the supercharged productivity playbook. Because how can a program really be complete without also learning how to manage your time and set your week up for success? This playbook is going to help you learn and implement tried and true time management strategies that will help you get things done without overwhelm, so you can be on top of your game as you hone in on some of your key business cycles. And then the second one there, a fulfilling life and business starts really with the right foundation in place. So the Ultimate Foundations course is a deep dive study into who God says you are, the promises he's given you, and how understanding and using your gifts will help you to show up in alignment with God's calling on your heart. Okay. Which brings us to that third one, the mindset vault, because the enemy, right? The enemy can really try to mess with us when we're living out God's calling in our life. So this is why I want to gift to you the mindset vault. Inside there, you're going to have some really key mindset trainings that are based on biblical truths to remind you who you are and to whom you belong. And then remember when I was talking about the community earlier and how important I think that is? The group growth accelerator is I just feel like it's a must. I feel like it's a must to have for anything. So I'm including it here because I value it so much to have that community. So this is going to help you learn how to build a dynamic Facebook community that is built on a common mission too. So this is a deep dive. It has all you need to set up and monetize your Facebook group from scratch to ensure a 5-star experience for your members and ease for creating connection and community. And all of this is yours to keep when you enroll over the next 48 hours. Does that sound awesome? Pretty good bonuses, don't you think? So these bonuses are only offered during the intensive launches. So just note, if you decide to wait till later to join the pathway, you will not get these incredible bonuses. So this is also a bonus of joining now. Okay, so here's the truth. God wants to use your life and your business to glorify his kingdom so that none should perish. But in the pursuit to grow a kingdom-led business, the enemy loves to creep in and try to plant doubt and fear when the kingdom of God is at stake. So you need a community just as much as your clients do. I designed the Pathway to 5K to be just that, a community of entrepreneurs, each on a mission to be God's light in this dark world and to grow a substantial business that supports both their families and their missions. So the Pathway to 5K is a unique program, and it's the only one of its kind. It addresses the full sales funnel from the initial introduction to the close, and it reveals the pathway to ensure that business owners continue to grow, equipping them with the necessary skills to make consistent 5K months and beyond. Okay. There really isn't a limit. The path to endless qualified leads, prospective buyers, and clients lays inside of this program. And it's all based on tried and true business systems and processes that have worked for countless others and will work for you. So I do, again, want to officially welcome you or invite you into the pathway to 5K. And because I know that we all have different learning styles and needs, there are a few different learning paths to choose from. This is all on the website, so I'm just going to go over it quickly here. And then I want you to take some time to look over that on the website. And if you have any questions, let me know. Again, these different learning paths are only available during the launch season for the intensive. Okay. So there is this self-paced pathway. In this, you have 12 months access to the coaching collective. So we have our 8 weeks together, and then you have the whole rest of the 12 months to be in that coaching collective for ongoing coaching, application calls, support, troubleshooting, all the above. You do get access to the course. You get the 4 awesome bonuses that I showed you. You get an incredible momentum onboarding call, and you get access to the automations masterclass, which is coming soon. Okay. So that's the self-paced pathway, $16.97, or there is the 12 installments of $150 a month. And then we have the mentorship pathway. So inside here is everything from the regular pathway. Plus, you get the Coaches Done For You bundle, which has contracts, proposals, client roadmaps, session templates, website legal musts like disclaimers, terms and conditions, a desktop organizer, so many things in here that you might not even know that you need to build an online business. So that helps cover that. You get access to some very select master classes and workshops. You'll get a strategic mastermind Telegram channel. So the women that are in the mentorship pathway will also have a private channel via Telegram, the Telegram app, with me, so that as we're going through this process together, that you will have ongoing support almost immediately. Okay. And then you will also have an exclusive affiliate opportunity for the Pathway to 5K. Yes, it is becoming an affiliate program because I am so confident of the results it gives people because of the results we've already had. All right. And then the last pathway is the VIP. Oh, and there's the pricing for it. I'm sorry, I didn't say the pricing. Okay. So the last one is the VIP intensive pathway. So you get everything that we already talked about. Plus, you get access to the business playbook set to scale program, which has systems, processes, all that you need for scaling. Okay. You'll also receive monthly private coaching. So that's six sessions, monthly private coaching. You'll have 6 months of unlimited email and one-to-one Telegram coaching support. So you'll have the Telegram channel mastermind, and you will also have with other women, and you'll also have just access to me one-to-one. You'll also get a guest spotlight on the Productive and Profitable podcast. If you haven't checked that out, it is growing, and we have huge plans for it this year that is going to create some massive growth. So it's going to be an excellent opportunity for you to get your name out there and what you do. And then you'll also have an exclusive affiliate opportunity as well. And that is supposed to stay at 30%. So the difference between the VIP and the mentorship on the affiliate is mentorship is at 20%, and the VIP is actually at 30%. Sorry, I didn't change that slide. So imagine in 8 weeks having a business that makes sense, having so much clarity in your offer and messaging that you actually get to wake up excited to get to work and excited to have money coming in that finally matches the output that you're doing. That to me is freedom in your business. Okay, who wants some freedom? All right, we have just a couple more testimonials here, and then we're going to do the scholarship giveaway. Are you ready for the scholarship? I'm ready for the scholarship. Oh, yay, I'm so excited. Okay, so Sarah says, it's been a godsend working with Teresa. She has so much joy. It truly comes across in all she does. That impacted me in a big way. She's incredibly knowledgeable in all things systems, time management, business strategies, which has been key to turning my overwhelm into clarity as I'm growing my coaching business. She presents in clear, simple ways that actually make sense. Jessica says, I've worked with some high quality, high cost coaches, but Teresa by far has given me the most consistent stream of value and new content. I love her personal interest in my goals and desires and helping me build that. Her excitement and belief creates more confidence in myself, and her content definitely paves the way for how to make it happen. I highly recommend. And lastly, Catherine says, Teresa has such a gift for simplifying online business and strategizing ways to work harder, not smarter. I've loved working with her. She's helped me create a 30-day social media post schedule to attract and talk to my ideal client and help me walk through my first launch challenge to be sure I didn't miss any steps. I'm very thankful to have her in my court. And again, we're going to have some even more testimonials that come out tomorrow in our last training. But here is your action for today. I want you to either book a call or enroll in the program. So you can go to pathwayto5k.com and scroll through there, read all the information, and then there's a bunch of enroll tabs as you go down, and it will take you to the 3 pathways. Decide on the pathway that best fits you, and that's it. Enroll, and we'll get started next week. January 31st is our first meeting together, our official Momentum onboarding call. Okay, if you are unsure if this is the right fit for you, or if you're looking at those pathways and you just have some questions about which would be the best for your particular goals, I also want to invite you to book a call. So my book a call link is right here. I'm going to drop that for you ladies. And I have the rest of today open, and I have time tomorrow open. I don't have anything on the calendar open for Friday, but if something doesn't work today or tomorrow and you need that, shoot me a message and we can see what works. We'll just have to do a little back and forth on that. Okay. So I am so happy to meet with you to go over any questions, or if you just want to talk it out, because I get that. Like, I just want somebody to confirm this is the right decision. We can do that too. All right. So it is official giveaway time. Yay! Okay, so I'm going to actually have to share my screen here so that we can move into, oops. Let me go back. Oh, is it going to let me? Oh, no. Hold on a second here. It is not letting me click because it's too far on the screen. Let me see here. I'm just going to go to the website. It should have all of our names still in there. Yay, it has all of our names still in there. Okay, let me share this part of my screen. Okay, I want to tell you ladies that you have 10 hours to claim your prize. Okay, 10 hours. That means technically 8 my time, 9 Pacific, 10, you get it, okay? I'll make a post about this shortly, but you have 10 hours to claim your prize. The reason I'm saying 10 is because we have talked about this scholarship since last week and these prizes since last week. So if you are not here checking on Wednesday when we said we were going to have it, then I honestly don't believe you won it. And so if you don't get a hold of me to claim your prize, we're going to pass it to the next person, okay? I think that's fair. All right. So here we go. We have lots and lots of ladies on the screen. These are everybody that turned in their application by last night. And here we go. Oh, the first one, we're going to do this backwards. We're going to start with the 2 weeks unlimited Voxer coaching. So what this is, and that should say Telegram coaching. I don't use Voxer anymore. But Telegram is an app, essentially like a Marco Polo almost. And so we will be with each other inside of our own private Telegram channel, and we'll talk about your goals. We'll give you some clear-cut direction. And as you are starting to implement that, I'm there. So we're just going to keep touching base every day or how often that you need for those 2 weeks to help you find some success or get you in the right direction. Okay. So the winner for our unlimited Telegram coaching is Brandy, Brandy Melka, yay, Brandy, everybody say yay. Awesome. Fantastic. Congratulations, Brandy. Okay. And the next one, I'm going to actually remove Brandy from here so we don't accidentally draw her. Oh, I think I just removed her by doing that. Okay. So the next one is the Group Growth Accelerator course, which you already know a lot about because you've been here today on the call. So the winner for that, oh my goodness, that was so close, is Lori. Lori Cox, you win the course. Congratulations. Awesome. And Lori, I'll tell you that if you choose to join the pathway, this is already going to be in your bonus selection. So we'll have an alternative for you, okay? Because you'll already have this. So yay, that's fantastic. Okay. And then our last one, which is the $500 scholarship to the pathway. I feel like we should be doing like a drum roll. Okay. Oh, and Lori is still on there. Okay, let me take Lori off there. I just hold on. There we go. Okay. Brandy was taken off. Okay. All right, here we go. Oh, it's so close. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It says Martha. I thought I was going to say Kathleen. There was just no knowing. Okay, Martha, you are the winner of the scholarship. Congratulations. That's awesome. That's way awesome. Kathleen, I'm actually going to reach out to you too because I think that's way too close to be able to decide. So congratulations to both of you. Kathleen, actually, I'm going to have Kathleen reach out to me. I'm not going to reach out to you just because I said that already. But Kathleen, if you reach out to me, I'm going to have something for you too. So congratulations, ladies. I am so, so excited and happy for you. I am so happy for our scholarship winners. Congratulations. Again, you have 10 hours to accept your prize, okay? And if you don't accept it, we'll just move on to a new drawing for that person. So yay, Lori, I see you. Awesome. Okay. So go ahead, take action, book a call, or enroll in the program, and then join me back here tomorrow, same time, 10 a.m. Pacific. We're going to go over our very last training, which is really about helping you to access and embody radical confidence. We are going to claim the antidote to imposter syndrome. So if you struggle with imposter syndrome, if you get online and you start comparing yourself or thinking, oh, just don't feel good because you aren't having the success that you want, or maybe you feel like an imposter, like you shouldn't be doing what you have because you don't feel like you have enough experience, please tune in tomorrow. It is going to be so valuable and impactful for you, and it's one of my favorite teachings. So join us tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you. Oh, you know what? I forgot. We're going to have a little bit of Q&A. So if you have to leave, we're over an hour now. If you have to leave, please leave. If you have questions, I'm actually going to open the Zoom room for everybody today. So if you would like to come in here, here is the link for that in the comments. And you can come in and ask any questions. It'd be great if you ask questions about the program, but also we'll have some time probably to talk about your business specifically and any questions you have about that. So hop on over if you want to do that. Otherwise, we'll hang out for a minute. I'm going to keep, like I said, I'm going to keep it live inside of the Facebook group this time. So yeah, let me stop the share. All right. So ladies, you are here. I don't know if anybody else is going to be joining us, but do you have any questions? Anything you want to chat about? And Sonia, I do see that you're on your phone still. So awesome. All right. Any questions? Anything you want to chat about?
I was gonna try and find my notes more from yesterday, but just because you're so good at mindset and the thought of one of the questions you asked brought up like, oh, I'm stuck in a new place, kind of thing. So part of it was the move. I just realized that the transition, even though I was excited about it, um, because I don't have my old spots where I used to do stuff, I haven't been doing anything. And it took me till now, like that question, to realize, oh, it's as simple as I don't have the spot I used to do.
What do you
That's
mean by the spot?
like in my other house, I had a spot where I'd sit down and work or whatever, and I was like, why am I not working? And it just was like, oh, because I really haven't found the spot to do it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's
but
really interesting, Angeli.
it took that question yesterday or whatever, and I was like, oh, okay, that's
So now
why.
what are you gonna do? Like that's an
Um,
incredible, simple
well,
solution, right? So
yeah,
what do you
now that I'm aware of it, why I'm stuck, now I can address it and go, okay, I'm gonna find, my niche or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's great. So what's really funny about you saying this too is our brains associate locations with actions. So
Hmm.
if we are in a specific location and we have repeated behaviors or habits, then our brain wants to continue doing that because that's what it knows. It associates with each other. So it's funny though, because now you're in a new place. So you have this really incredible opportunity to establish a new habit and pattern where you want it. The only thing to keep in mind is if you choose a place that you've already been doing other activities, just know you're going to have to be a little bit more purposeful and intentional in creating those new work habits in the new environment. That's awesome. Cool. I'm glad that you figured that out. That's really great. Yeah. Hi, Lori. How are you? Oh, you're gonna have to unmute if you're gonna talk to me. I mean, you could just say I'm good, but yeah, you're muted. It's still muted. Lori, can you hear me? Yeah, you are muted, so I can't hear you.
Oh,
There
sorry.
we go.
Okay, there we go.
Start all over.
I know I'm on my phone because I know my computer, I can't find my whatchamacallit camera thing. So um yeah, but I'm excited about the group, like that's like the Facebook group coaching.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. The the
Yeah.
the group of growth accelerator.
Yeah, that's something that's actually I was really thinking about that one because I remember you saying that a while back and um yeah, that sounds really good. So
Yeah.
I'm really happy to be part of this group. It's been really helpful for a lot of things.
Good.
So yeah, it's been
Good.
really good.
I love that. I love to hear it. Are you going to be joining us inside the pathway?
I'm not sure yet. I think I'll probably stick with the group for now.
Okay.
And then but I the pathway sounds really good. I want to there but I think just starting with the Facebook group for now. And
Yeah.
I was thinking just because I'm teaching a lot of in person over the next couple months, but I have recently decided that I'm just going to go fully back online again.
Okay.
Because I really want to grow and I feel like I can't because I live an hour, it's an hour driving and I do a lot of work in person now. So I'm not doing any classes starting in March. So I might actually join then because then I just want to like have full
Yeah.
attention and just really focus on online. So
So here's what I want to encourage you to do. Okay. When you open up the accelerator course, I want you to look at the lessons and count how many lessons there are. I don't remember off the top of my head. So count how many lessons there are and then divide that out. And if March is, let's say March could be your goal date, right? Have
yeah.
March be the goal date of finishing the program. And then that way, and that program is really designed to implement, like learn, implement, learn, implement. So with
Yeah.
each lesson, do the work. But if you schedule it out, if you take the amount of lessons, divide it out about how much time that you have, then you'll stay on track to be able to finish that. And then when you come into the pathway, you're already going to have a group that's set up and ready to roll. And I think you're going to find like things are going to move even faster for you.
Yeah, yeah, because I
Pretty
feel
cool.
like just having that, yeah, that extra. I thought about that too, because March, really after spring break, is when I've decided just to focus a lot more on online. So
Yeah. Oh, it's fun. That's exciting. That'll be
yeah,
great. Yeah. Well, cool, Lori. I'm glad that you won the course, and I guess I'm really glad because, we have a past. Like you have been here for, gosh, a couple years now, right?
yes, yeah,
Yeah, 2 years, I think. Anyway, from the beginning of your journey, I feel like it was. So yeah, that's really exciting. So I'm glad that you're here. Awesome.
yes. Thank you. I really am
Yeah.
thankful for you.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. Well, Sonia, do you have any questions? I know you're on your phone. You might not be able to actually come off. Okay. So what we'll go ahead and do then is if nobody has any other questions, then, oh, she said, I can't, I'm trying. Okay. I will wait for another moment. Okay. And then if not, Sonia, if you're available, we could just jump straight into Messenger and we can do a video call from there if that works. And then you can just stay on your phone and we'll see if it works. Okay, well, and do you ladies have any other questions or anything you want to chat about?
No, I'm excited for the course, and then yeah, I think that maybe I will think about the pathway to 5K. But yeah, yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you is if I
Yeah.
started more like if I could focus it more, because I have a lot going on of in-person working. But yeah, once March comes, then I have more time to focus on it. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
mhm.
So I'll tell you, it doesn't matter. I mean, it matters when you join, right? But if you know for sure that you want to join and you wanted to wait until March, it's totally fine. If you knew for sure that you wanted to join and you wanted all the bonuses that come along with it, you might consider joining now. That would be the only main difference. And if you wanted the mentorship or VIP pathway, this is the only time it's offered. The
Okay.
$16.97 will be the ongoing price for it after the intensive. So
Okay.
if you want to work any of that out, Lori, shoot me a message and let's talk about it, okay? But
Okay.
yeah, but I'm excited to have you no matter when you join. It'll be fabulous.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, there you are, Sonia. I see you. But you're muted.
She asked in the comments if you can unmute her because she can't get it on her.
Oh, um, oh,
Are we good?
yes, you're good.
I don't.
Yay.
I had my Mac computer in the car. I'm at my daughter's school, and then literally that just died. It was like charged for 70%, and then my phone's not letting me do anything. It's like these driver things are on. I'm not driving, but it's not letting me do stuff. So sorry about
Well,
that.
you made it.
I haven't. I mean, I go back way back with you from a long time ago. So it's good to
Mhm.
see how well you're doing with your group and everything. I'm really excited for you.
Yeah.
My question is, with this pathway to 5K, if you started in that and you wanted to go into the second group that you mentioned, like, could you
Uh-huh.
do one and then jump into another one, or
Um,
the one with the
so
business more? Because I'm really like, my brain, I have ADHD, and my brain's just going from like, I got to do this and then I got to do that, and then I just get stuck because my wheels are rolling. I want to do it all, but then
yeah.
I just get.
So you have 4 weeks to upgrade into the next program. If you wait any longer than 4 weeks in an 8-week intensive, it's, it just wouldn't
Yeah.
be worth the price, right?
And the monthly payment you do, like, you do that for either one, is that correct? You do that?
Yes, correct. Mm-hmm. Yep,
Okay,
the
I'll
website
have to
will
just
say
look at it online.
yep, it'll say the pay in full and it'll say the monthly payment price.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
if you're like have all your certifications and all your things going, and you're just kind of just sitting on the fence with that, you feel like you could really push the needle and get the get us off
Are
with our
you ready?
clients.
Are you ready to make money?
Yeah. It's
Are
just
you
been
ready to
about,
do the work?
yeah, I think that's been a lot of it. It's just been just getting that, it's just really getting my husband on board with, I've spent so much money on different things, and I can't just be spending more money, not making money. So I feel kind of like I don't want to get, it's just in this little weird place right now with that. So
Yeah,
that's where I'm
I
kind of
get
at
it.
with that.
I get it. So when we're thinking like that, I want to encourage you to think of ROI, rate
Mhm.
of investment, or return on investment, right? So when we're thinking of that, you know, if the larger package becomes an issue, right? You don't have to have the larger package. One of the larger pathways, you don't have to have that. You can always be at the 1697, but then I want you to think of that return on investment. So what you're doing here is you're paying the 1697, and it sounds like, well, I'm just paying for the course, really, which is essentially really what you're paying for. You're really paying for the course. All the other things are the bonuses that come along with it, including the 12 months of coaching collective. Okay. So the return on investment is really not just about, like, you're going to make the 5K. If you do this stuff, like, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. If you do it, well, I can't say it's inevitable. Here is the one thing. Okay. What I have learned and have seen is that if you implement, but there's something something that you don't possess in character, like, for instance, if you get up to speak and you're not comfortable to speak, right? You're going to have a person who speaks well and a person who doesn't. And this person who speaks well is always going to sell more than the person who doesn't, right? So, like, in the pathway, we're not going to go over public speaking. We're going to go over communication and messaging, but we're not going to go over public speaking. So there might be some skills that are not covered in the program that you will just have to learn. But for something like that, you can join Toastmasters or some local group off of meetup.org, right? So I just want to preface with that, like, it's not going to solve every single problem, but the most essential things is. And what we're going to be doing inside the coaching collective and our application calls is we're going to be able to say to you, Sonia, that, you know what, everything looks good, everything's on par. This is the area that you need help. So for this quarter, start working on this particular skill, and that's going to close the gap. Okay.
And my question is, do you start with, like, starting with the LLC, or do you, like, go over those kind of things in the beginning of it, just so we're, like, knowing how we're going to get our paid clients, like, when they do start paying us, so we're not just having money, just being legit. That's my thing. I mean, I'm a nurse and everything else, but I don't want to do anything, like, not illegal, but I don't know. It's just doing everything right. I think it's my perfectionism that comes into play. So then I just don't know all the different things. So it's a lot in my brain right now.
So I will tell you
Sorry.
that, no, you're great. I love this question. The program does not cover things like that. Okay. It's not going to cover how to set up get your business license, set up an LLC, doing business as name, any of that stuff. But I will tell you that I have some really great resources online that are going to help. Like, I can just give you those that'll help. That's how it helped me. But also right now, I mean, there's a lot of people that say you need an LLC. I got an LLC because I thought that's what I needed. But the truth is you don't need an LLC to get started, and you can always get an LLC later. So just getting a regular business license in your county is all that you need. It's usually like $50. Some places are still, free because of COVID. So I would just check into that. But other than that, you don't really need much. It isn't until you're starting to make some really big money that you want to think about doing an LLC or having coaching client contracts, right? I always recommend a client contract for private coaching. But in group coaching, unless you're doing, like, super big bucks, it's really not a big deal, because the investment is so much smaller that if somebody had an issue, you and that person would be able to just work it out, right?
Okay.
Even if that was just refunding the money, versus if it was a larger thing, now you both have more invested.
Right.
So that's more of, like, on the scaling side, I would say.
Okay. Later on.
Yeah.
Okay. Just getting it all. Yeah. There's too many things going on in the head. Well, we have, like, what you said, 48 hours to look into the to the
Yep.
whole program and everything with the
Yep.
bonuses. Okay, well, thanks for presenting it so well. It was really, I mean, it's really informative. It's really good.
Oh, you're
Even if it's
welcome.
even, and if we decide we can't do it right now and we have to wait a month, we can always join that later. But we won't be in the intensive. Is that correct? You'd still be able to
Correct.
follow the
Mhm.
modules and still talk to you, or?
Yes, correct.
Okay,
Yeah. And
okay.
actually, it won't actually be offered probably until March, because I'm going to take this group through the intensive first, and then we'll move into just regular pathway.
Okay, okay. Is there a
some
lifetime, is there like,
pathways-
can you have like, do you have like lifetime access to the course, or is it just something you just skip for the 8 weeks?
Nope, the lifetime access it's yours. Yep. The only
Nice.
thing that's
Okay.
not lifetime access is the coaching collective, unless you are in the mentorship or VIP pathway. At the end of your 12 months, if you're in the regular self-paced pathway, at the end of your 12 months, you'll get an option to pay for another year, and that will get you the lifetime access. So you're only paying up to really mentorship price if you want lifetime access. It's just a matter of when you're going to make that payment. That'll
Gotcha.
make more
Okay.
sense when you're inside.
At least
Um,
getting the information now, that's really helpful. So
yeah.
just to
And yeah, I
get
did
over.
want to say that, I did want to say the questions that you have right now, like any questions that pop up, ladies, about LLC or really anything that you don't find in the course, that is why we have the coaching application calls. I mean, that is the purpose of them. So we hit the course hard and all the modules, skills, strategies, the processes we learn inside that intensive, inside the course, but the ongoing support, anything that pops up that relates to your business, really, or your life, we can talk about inside of that coaching, those coaching and
That's great.
application calls.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Well, thank you
Yeah.
very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Awesome. Well, I see some people still checking out the Zoom on Facebook. Thanks for hanging out with us. And if any other questions pop up, let me know. Otherwise, I cannot wait to welcome you on the inside. It's going to be grand. It's going to be awesome. All right. Have a great day, ladies. See you tomorrow.